mentally destroying to try and explain to people who, like, I don't want to be disrespectful to people's intelligence, but it's like you're listening to a geezer on an elliptical trainer, or whatever those cross trainers are called, right, who, let's be honest, doesn't really have the best track record.
We know you can't make weight. This is why Conor Benn said this is his last time at 147. My guy is making excuses before he loses. Who says that, bro? This is my last fight at 147. My guy, you gonna go backwards just to get that whooped? Oh my gosh, bro. It's fine, bro. We gonna let him. He's just gonna run into it. That dude. It's sad. Conor's gonna get his beat, bro.
I just think he's making excuses for it, and I don't think we're gonna see. We're not gonna see nothing special with Conor Benn at 147. I think Garcia flattens them.
They are professionals, and it is part of the process that you go through to prepare yourself for a fight.
Yeah.
So they know what they can and can't do. They won't be exposing themselves to undue risk. They'll be exposing themselves to the necessary preparation for a fight.
There were lots of connotations, Jim, of what we could have done, but the bottom line of all of it was, it's a mess, because when you're looking at that type of show, which is all based upon 7 title fights taking place, headed up by
Boxing insiders are openly questioning whether Conor Benn is trying to escape the Ryan Garcia fight after suffering an injury. Eddie Hearn appears increasingly frustrated by the constant questions, and his reaction shows just how difficult this situation has become. When an experienced promoter describes the situation as a dirty game, it only adds to the growing controversy surrounding Benn's changing injury story.
So it's a mental game, and I can't believe these people are actually going to these lengths. It's unbelievably flattering that people in their position, with their power, want to do things like that. But it's a dirty, dirty game, and I'm just shocked at the way
Ryan Garcia isn't showing any sympathy, and his confidence is coming across loud and clear. His comments are more than simple trash talk. They're designed to put even more pressure on Benn before they ever step into the ring. Garcia's message is simple: if Benn believes he's ready, there should be no need for excuses or a convenient escape route.
It's gonna be cool. He gonna be trying to rough me up, do dumb shit like he does, and we're gonna go to work so easy on him. And you guys are gonna see my speed, my power, my accuracy, my conditioning. We're gonna be ready for whatever he does. We're gonna take away everything. He's just not as experienced as me. It's true.
Garcia continues to push his version of events, claiming there is more happening behind the scenes in Santa Monica. Those claims remain unproven, but the lack of a strong response from Benn's camp has only created more questions. With fans waiting for clear answers, every day of silence gives Garcia's accusations more room to spread.
I know Conor Benn is in Santa Monica having the time of his life. Wildcard West, we know where you at, boy. We know you ain't doing good. We know your sparring ain't what it is. We know you can't make weight. This is why Conor Benn said this is his last time at 147. My guy is making excuses before he loses.
That's crazy to say.
That is crazy to say, bro.
Conor Benn has suffered an injury during training ahead of his highly anticipated showdown with Ryan Garcia. Frank Warren has confirmed the setback, leaving the blockbuster event hanging in the balance. With Benn now dealing with a fresh injury, promoters are considering whether the fight can be rescheduled or whether fans will need to be offered refunds.
it was hard to replace, and you're never going to please everybody, so we thought the best thing to do under the circumstances to reschedule it, and people, what they bought, if they want to go, they can retain their tickets. If they want a refund, we'll...
Adam Smith's reaction captures the shock surrounding the sudden news. Benn had reportedly looked sharp and prepared in camp just days earlier, appearing ready for the challenge against Ryan Garcia. Then everything changed almost overnight. Whatever happens next, the fighter's health has to come first, even as fans are left deeply disappointed by the latest setback.
Incredible, I hear. I wasn't here. Training last night, so that's strange. He's ill. He can't fight if he's ill. Okay, health has to come first, so you feel gut.
Frank Warren also highlights an important problem. When a major fight loses its central attraction, the the entire media narrative can change instantly. That's the concern surrounding Benn's injury right now. Ryan Garcia is a major part of the event's appeal, and if the fight cannot move forward as planned, the momentum behind the entire promotion could disappear just as quickly.
That's the problem. Once the headline falls away, then it does. I mean, they're great fights. Magnificent Seven is a great concept, great title fights on there. However, all the media would concern the most, other than local media from where, for example, where Nathan or any of the other boxers come from, where they're focusing on the local hero. Most of the mainstream, including yourselves, any discussions we had, because
Daniel Dubois keeps his comments measured, but the message is clear: take care of business first. That same principle now applies directly to Benn's situation. His team has to decide whether there's any realistic path forward or whether protecting his long-term career is more important than forcing a massive fight to happen while he's dealing with an injury.
He's on his path, and he's looking good.
You think your paths could ever collide?
Eventually, I think anything can happen.
Conor Benn's training injury has now thrown the Ryan Garcia showdown into serious doubt. Frank Warren has confirmed the setback, leaving one of boxing's biggest upcoming events in an uncertain position. Promoters may now have to consider rescheduling the fight or dealing with refunds for fans who purchased tickets expecting to see this highly anticipated matchup.
Losing that, it was hard to replace. And you're never going to please everybody, so we thought the best thing to do under the circumstances was to reschedule it, and people, what they bought, if they want to go, they can retain their tickets. If they want a refund.
Dave Coldwell highlights why the situation remains so difficult to understand. Nobody outside Benn's inner circle knows exactly how serious the injury is. Until doctors and promoters provide more detailed information, speculation will continue to fill the gap. For now, fans and fighters are left waiting for a clearer explanation of what actually happened during training.
Figure out what's what, because we've not got the information, so we don't know. So you can only make a judgment on what you know, what you've seen. So it's very, very hard. So on the fighter's point of view, the fighter can't have the face on and be all pissed off with people.
Liam Goff adds another possible detail, suggesting the injury may involve Benn's ankle, although that has not been officially confirmed. That uncertainty is only creating more speculation around his condition. Everyone wants to know the same thing: can Benn recover in time, or has the Ryan Garcia fight now been pushed beyond reach?
Some sort of ankle injury. Maybe I was just seeing things with that one. But he is injured. It's not really specified. I don't know why. I'm sure I saw it was ankle, but maybe it's not.
Johnny Nelson has dismissed the wild rumors surrounding Deontay Wilder, particularly the claims involving poisoning, calling that speculation nonsense. The focus, he argues, should remain on the confirmed training injury affecting Conor Benn. This situation shows how quickly rumors can explode when a major fight suddenly falls into doubt. Until official information arrives, facts need to be separated from online speculation.
Something popped up and said it's fake news that the fight was off and all this sort of stuff was going on about some poisoning, scandal, foolishness, and they tried to shut this thing down. And I'm saying that's fake news. I'm not having that. So let's wait and see. If it's true, that's a shame.
Eddie Hearn is keeping his assessment straightforward. This is an extremely difficult situation for everyone involved. Benn's team now has to deal with a serious setback while preparing for a fight that has already generated enormous attention. The challenge is balancing Benn's health with the pressure surrounding a heavily promoted event. Until his condition is properly assessed, nobody can confidently say whether he will be ready to compete.
With Dubois, we'll see what happens, but that's for them to overcome now, and it's a very difficult situation.
Spencer Oliver puts the decision where it belongs, with the medical team. No amount of excitement surrounding the Ryan Garcia fight should outweigh Benn's health and safety. Boxing is already an unforgiving sport, and entering the ring while carrying a serious injury could create unnecessary danger. Until doctors give the green light, the final decision should not be based on pressure from promoters, fans, or either fighter.
Be okay, but he will have seen the doctor, and the doctor will make that decision on whether he should fight or whether he shouldn't fight. I mean, listen, this is the hurt business. You can only go in there 100%.
Frank Warren also points to the enormous financial investment behind a fight of this magnitude. Training camps require coaches, sparring partners, nutrition teams, specialists, and countless other expenses. All of that preparation becomes a major financial loss if the fighter is unable to compete. The disappointment isn't only about losing the fight itself, it's about the huge investment that can disappear because of one unfortunate injury.
He's a big fight, he's trained very hard. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. You imagine the cost involved in a training camp, you know, booking places to set the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, the chefs, trainers and everybody, and you don't get paid. It's a massive loss, you can't insure it. Or if you do, it costs a fortune to insure, but very, very disappointing.
Johnny Nelson's demand for more answers reflects the growing frustration surrounding the entire situation. Information is changing quickly, and even people within boxing are learning new details as they emerge. That uncertainty has left fans questioning what really happened and what comes next. With such a major event suddenly in jeopardy, supporters want transparency instead of vague updates and conflicting reports.
Unfortunately, there needs to be an inquiry straight after this. Why, what? But that's what I'm hearing. This news is as fresh to me as it is you. I'm quite sure when this goes out, it'll be all over the place.
So now the Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn showdown sits at a critical crossroads. Frank Warren has acknowledged the possibility of rescheduling, while Eddie Hearn has described the situation as extremely difficult. Meanwhile, frustrated fans are demanding answers about whether the fight can still happen. At this point, nobody knows whether the event will be postponed, refunded, or eventually revived. The only certainty is that the next official update on Benn's condition could completely change the future of this blockbuster matchup. Keep an eye on the latest developments, and let me know your thoughts. Do you believe Garcia versus Benn can still happen, or has this fight finally reached the end of the road?